You all know Judy, right?
You should be right in here.
This is a little scary. Thinking about going up on this.
So we want to hear.
Anyway, I will say this. I've always talked about this. We were at a movie this morning about the Lakota history. Some of you may have gone to the movie. And what's so powerful there is that land and water forms who we are. We often think that we're strangers here, and in some ways we are, exiled here. But the message is really that this does form us. And all of us here form where we're standing. I can't say much more than that other than thank you. I think of, you're making me think of memories that are coming too fast, so I won't say anything other than all my clients, everybody was motivated by the water. Not one of my clients, they weren't big organizations. They were people that were defending what they knew and what was in their blood. So this is enough. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim. And thank you all for coming today. Thank you all for coming today to help celebrate an exceptional career that has shaped the Great Lakes past, present, and future. I'm Liz Kirkwood, the Executive Director of Flow for Love of Water, which was founded by Jim Olson in 2011.
My brother Eric.
John's right here.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, Beth.
John Olson's right here.
So last year, around this time, Flo was deeply immersed in telling the story of our first decade of operation as we prepared for a 10th anniversary celebration. And many of you here today helped make that celebration a very special milestone in our organizational history. While Jim's story is intertwined with Flo's first decade, the story of Flo is just one chapter of the story of Jim Olson's career, and today is about filling in more of that story. I've had so many conversations with people all over the Great Lakes, including you right here, people who have been feeling the same way, that there's so much more Jim Olson to celebrate. We have all wanted to pause and reflect on the amazing arc of your career, Jim, 50 plus years, and to recognize the impact that Jim's dedication and achievement have had on the water wonderland of Michigan and beyond. And so Jim's family, friends, former law firm colleagues, and fellow environmental warriors joined me in imagining an appropriate way to call attention to the great service that you have given to the waters of the Great Lakes and all living things that depend on them. That's why we're here to celebrate you in your life work to protect the Great Lakes with the unveiling of a plaque honoring you here at Old Mission Point Lighthouse. There's no person more deserving of this honor, Jim, and no location more fitting than Old Mission Point, since, like the lighthouse keepers of old, you have kept watch on the lighthouse for decades. Thank you.
I'm Renee Huckle Middlestead, and I wanted to share that a private fundraising force mobilized to help bring this project to fruition. And we are so grateful to each and every one of you for your generous donations to make this dedication of Jim's life work possible. We also want to applaud Peninsula Township, and especially Township Clerk Becky Chown. Here's Becky. To reside and provide a beacon to the future. The plaque reads, James M. Olson, Keeper of the Great Lakes. Just as lighthouse keepers once kept watch over these waters, Jim Olson began watching over the Great Lakes in the early 1970s. As an attorney, advocate, and author, Jim pioneered the use of the Michigan Environmental Protection Act and the Public Trust Doctrine to guard the state's shorelines and water resources for public use and enjoyment. Your public water rights for drinking, fishing, swimming, boating, and shoreline walks are upheld by Jim's lasting legacy. Dedicated July 2022.
Jim, your Herculean defense of the hydrosphere will continue to inspire us and generations of new champions. So we have, many folks have asked to express their admiration of you and your family today, and we will start that off here. We're going to have remarks from Dave Dempsey and Mike Delp, and then we will continue with accolades at Mike and Tekla Detmer's house, where we can all raise a glass together and tell many, many stories of Jim. And we'll use this microphone too. Here's Dave.
Jim Is this the roast then?
No, that's later.
Yeah. At a roast, people don't cry. I might cry. It's really an honor and a privilege to be here today to recognize Jim as an environmental pioneer and guardian of the Great Lakes. On most occasions like this, I would give the equivalent of a elevator speech. You probably know what an elevator speech is, where you say something in a few seconds. We're not in an elevator, that's one problem. The other problem is there's no way you can summarize Jim's accomplishments and his meaning to this state in the Great Lakes in what couple sentences, but I'll try. So let's begin. Jim literally wrote the book on Michigan environmental law in 1981, entitled Michigan Environmental Law. It remains an indispensable guide to the subject. One of Jim's most effective tools in that effort is the public trust doctrine. That centuries-old doctrine protects the public's heritage of water and submerged lands. And Jim, we're all having a hard time coming up with an elevator speech for the public trust doctrine. Jim has created a body of work that will stand the test of time. It's appropriate that we honor him through this plaque and tell the world about his work. Beyond recognizing Jim's achievements, I also want to recognize Jim as a human being, a colleague, a role model, and a beloved friend. When I came to Flow 5 years ago, Jim Olson was the primary attraction, not just because of his public trust doctrine, but because I respected and admired him. I wanted to be by his side. I've never regretted that decision. It's been a source of inspiration, counsel, and support in hard times. Thank you, Jim. I do have one complaint. 12 years ago, I came here to your house, and we sat down together, we went through your novel, and you said you'd have it done next year. When are you going to finish your damn novel? It's called Water Spout, and it has the potential to be a major blockbuster, including a movie. It had a long gestation period, so it's time you share your baby with the world. I also want to make it clear this is not a retirement party. I know that you have many exciting ideas and you have more successes ahead of you. This is to honor your achievements so far. There's even more success ahead of you. Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "Do not go where the path may lead. Go where there is no path, and leave a trail." Jim, you've always done the easy way, the path already taken. Michigan and her people, including all of us here, are the better for it. Thank you for all you've done, and thank you for being Jim Olson.
Can you hear me without this?
No. I tried. If you thought, even if Jim knew this was at 4, he would have been late. We're on Olson time.
Isn't that true?
Yeah, you know the truth. My first impression of meeting Jim so many decades ago has not changed, except in its intensity. I first met him while doing a reading in Traverse City, and later that month while visiting Joel Shaw's poetry workshop at AMC. I have loved who and what he is since those first days. Over the years, we have become the closest of friends. I feel like I'm at a wake, but it's so great you're live. I'm so happy. Jim is and has been the kind of a person who, if you called in the middle of the night and asked, "I need a favor," would say, "What time and where?" He is as giving and generous as they come, and Flow, which he envisioned long ago, has become a premier water policy and law center, a true barrier against the privatization of water and the menace of big extraction industries that hover over the Great Lakes every day. He is inexhaustible, stubborn at times, and a literal law library of water rights law. If you want to know something about water use and abuse in Michigan and around the world, just ask Jim, and then sit back, because it's going to take a while. I treasure him and regard him as a gift to us all, not only as a lawyer. And water rights activist, as a genuine human being. He's always been. I'm deeply honored to be here. Thanks.
Hello, everyone. I'm Mike Detmer, and I and my spouse, lovely Tekla Detmer, are inviting all of you over to our home. We have outside, we'll have a little outside party, light snacks and beer and wine, pop, whatever you need. And we just really want you to all come. And we're going to continue this at our house with this microphone. And we're going to ask people to think about stories they would like to share about Jim. And I'll just start out here with one story. I don't know where he went, but
Right here.
he and I, when we started our practice in 1972, one of the first cases were long hair cases. The high school kids would be down in federal court, and Jim and I think it was Wallace Kent who was the federal judge. We were in front of him, and I'm sitting there carrying Jim's briefcase, which was my role, while he pontificated. And he gets up and he's chewing this huge wad of bubble gum. And Judge Kent, who was, he was probably 85 at the time, he looks over the bench and he goes, "You, what are you eating?" And Jim turns around and swallows this water.
Still in there.
That was I think that's when we moved from civil rights to environmental law. Please come on over and share a beer. We're down about 2 miles from the base of the peninsula, Logan Hill subdivision. It's really east of the Palizari Nature Area. You can get into that. At 7003 Leori, Leorie. And
Mike, is it best to turn right on McKinley?
no, the next one up, Matheson. Just turn right on Matheson. You pass McKinley, the next road is Matheson. Turn right and just follow it up. You'll see an entrance into Logan Hills. And we are the house immediately on the left. We face Matheson Road. Our driveway is like 25 feet inside.
There'll be a million cars there. It won't be hard to
Yeah, there'll be a lot of cars. So. And park anywhere. I mean, if you can park all along Matheson Road. On our property, just park in the field. So we have a lot of open field space. Just find a spot and please, Tech and I would really enjoy having you and hearing some of your stories about Jim. So, thank you.
Thank you. I look forward to seeing you all.